What is going on YouTube? This is Sam from TeamSamuraiX1 here, and I just want to wish each and every single one of you that are watching this video right now a happy new year. And in today's video, I'll be showcasing you guys my January 2018 Burning Abyss deck profile. I've been playing this list for quite some time, and I believe that this is the best list that actually suits towards my playstyle. So if you guys definitely see this deck profile and want to incorporate your own cards or text and things like that, make sure you guys use my deck list as a guide to what you guys can play in your own deck. But I'll explain to you guys all the cartridges once I progress through the video. If you guys want to see more deck profiles for 2018, make sure you guys smash that 500+ like button. I'll be absolutely amazing for more Yu-Gi-Oh deck profiles. By the way, guys, if you guys want to help support the channel, I have my Sage playmat still available. If you guys are interested in getting a Sage playmat, make sure you guys message me on my Facebook page. I do free shipping to Canada, USA. International shipping may cost extra. So if you guys want to help support the channel, make sure you guys get your Sage and Blue Eyes playmat today. Start off with a monster real quick. We're going to play, of course, Triple Scarm, Malabranch of the Burning Abyss. You guys don't know what Scarm does. If Scarm gets sent to the graveyard, you basically get to add a level 3 Fiend Dark monster directly from your deck to your hand. So you can basically add any Burning Abyss monster from your deck to your hand. And most importantly, you want to be fetching Tour Guide during the end phase with Scarm's effects. So play 1 Graph, 1 Seer. Seer revives back your Burning Abyss monster from the grave, and Graph special summons a Burning Abyss monster directly from the deck. And these two cards are, hands down the best Burning Abyss monster in the deck. It's Triple Farfa, Malabranch of the Burning Abyss. Really good card to actually combo off of Beatrice. Beatrice can dump Farfa to the graveyard during your opponent's turn to actually interrupt a lot of combo plays, especially against Spirals if they don't have Spiral Resort on the board. So banishing one of the combo pieces against Spirals can potentially just stop your opponent for the entire turn, which is absolutely amazing. So Farfa is one of the cards that actually puts in a lot of work against the Spiral matchup. So Triple Farfa, Malabranch of the Burning Abyss. Next time we're going to play, of course, double Barbar, Malabranch of the Burning Abyss as well. Barbar has the amazing ability to banish up to 3 Burning Abyss monsters in your graveyard to deal potentially 900 damage to your opponent. And it's also really important for a specific card that I'll be playing in the deck, which I'll showcase you guys later throughout the deck profile. I'm going to play 1 Libic. Health Special Summons a Fiend monster from the hand. 1 Kagna, helps bounce a back row. You're also going to be playing 1 Alec. Helps negate a face-up monster effect on the field, which is really cool. And last but not least, we're going to play the 1 Rubik Malabranch of the Burning Abyss, because it's essentially a free summon from your hand, which is absolutely amazing. So these are all the Burning Abyss monsters you're playing in the deck. And to support the deck, you're going to be playing, of course, double Fiendish Rhino Warrior. Card is really amazing. You tutor it off Tour Guide. If it mills, you're essentially milling another Burning Abyss monster, which is really awesome. Beatrice can also dump Fiendish Rush Rhino to the graveyard. And it also makes sure that your Burning Abyss monster doesn't die while you control any other monster other than Burning Abyss. So it's a pretty good card to actually normal summon in the deck, in my personal opinion. So last but not least, we'll play, of course, Tour Guide from the Underworld. This card is literally the best card in Burning Abyss. Can tutor out any Burning Abyss monster directly from the deck. It gave me tutor out Fiendish Rhino Warrior, which is really good as well. And it's one of the cards that you actually just want to search off Scarm directly from the deck to your hand during the end phase. Next off, for supporting engine, we'll play, of course, double Orbital Hydrolander. This card is absolutely incredible, and a huge shout out goes to Max Reynolds. Okay, he actually gave me the inspiration to actually play this card. For those of you who do not know what Orbital Hydrolander is that this card cannot be normal summon or set, but must be special summoned from your hand by having 5 or more monsters in your graveyard and no monsters in your graveyard with the same name. And in your deck, you have a lot of monsters with different names in the deck, and in your deck specifically, you have a ton of monsters with different names in the deck, so you can fairly easily summon this card. The only thing that can actually conflict in this card from summoning is if you have multiple of the same name Burning Abyss monster in your graveyard. But that's why Barbar is just so important in the deck, because Barbar is able to banish the Burning Abyss monsters from your graveyard. Barbar can help you banish your Burning Abyss monsters from your graveyard that you have multiples of in your grave, so that way that you have easier access to Orbital Hydrolander directly from your hand, which is really awesome. So that's why it's really important to actually play double Barbar in the deck, in my personal opinion. Not only is it a free summon from your hand while you have 5 or more monsters in your graveyard with different names, but it's a 3000 beat stake, which is really strong. And it also has the amazing ability is that once per turn, it's a quick effect. You can send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard to destroy 1 card on the field, which is really amazing. And its effect is not target, so it can destroy any problematic card on the field. Shoutouts to Max Reynolds for actually giving us the idea to actually play this card. This card is actually just another win more card in the deck, in my personal opinion. I like to play Burning Abyss really aggressively. If you guys don't want to play Orbital Hydrolander, that's okay. You guys can actually substitute this card for cards like Vanity's Fiend if you guys definitely want to main Vanity's Fiend in the deck. Really aggressive with Burning Abyss, so including this card like this in the deck can actually help you potentially OTK your opponent and actually help disrupt a lot of plays on the board, which is really good in my personal opinion. So Orbital Hydrolander is definitely a card that you might want to consider playing in the deck. It's just a really powerful card to play, in my personal opinion. So double Orbital Hydrolander. Next off, you're going to play, of course, the 1 Shadow Dragon. I actually like this card. This card is an MST, and you usually just dump Shadow Dragon to the graveyard during your opponent's turn with Beatrice effect to destroy cards like Spiral Resort on the board, or actually get rid of the Pendulum Trap card, which is really, really good. So now after our hand traps, we're going to play the best card in the game, the 1 Maxi, Triple Ash Blossom. And last but not least, we're going to play, of course, Triple Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. Ghost Ogre can actually help get rid of double helix effect. It can also pop cards like Spiral Resort, which is really, really awesome against a Spiral matchup. You also have cards like Ash Blossom, we can easily stop Spiral double helix in today's current meta game, which is really good to stop cards like Pot of Desires. All you gotta do is just make that Dante first turn, and it's one of the decks that can actually play through those type of decks that play 13 to 14 hand traps. Which is absolutely amazing. So that's why Burning Abyss is just so good, and it's just very versatile in today's metagame because the fact that it can dodge a lot of hand traps and it can also main a ton of hand traps, which is really good. So that's pretty much the monsters go after spells. For the spells, we're gonna play, of course, the one Regeki. You know, really good card to actually help combat against today's meta going second. The one Soul Charge, very powerful card. One Foolish Burial, you know, can basically dump any Burning Abyss monster directly from your deck to the graveyard. And next we're going to play, of course, Double Pot of Desires. This card is absolutely incredible. Pot of Desires basically gets me into basically everything. Each time I actually resolve this card, I actually never lost the game. I always drew into the missing combo pieces that I actually need. So if you have cards like Pot of Desires, your opening hand with cards like Foolish Burial, you're always going to activate Foolish Burial to get the graph out first and then get the Seer before you activate Pot of Desires, obviously. But this card literally just draws you 2 cards, and you can draw into your missing combo pieces or draw into cards like Regeki or cards like Evenly Matched to actually help you combat against today's boards. Which is really awesome. So Desire is definitely a must-off in the deck. Play the Triple Twin Twister. Really good card to actually combat against Pendulums. Really good card to actually fight against Spiral Resort, which is one of the best cards in today's metagame. And the fact that you're actually able to discard a monster from your hand to the graveyard to trigger off cards like Graph or Seer's effect from the grave, or whichever Burning Abyss monster you discard, you'll definitely gain its effect off by discarding it to the graveyard through Twin Twister. So this card is really amazing. And last but not least, to make this deck a 39 card deck, we're going to play, of course, the one Upstart Goblin to run off for spells. Now, up to our traps, we're going to play the one trap card, one skill drain. This card is the auto win condition. The really good thing about skill drain is that once you have skill drain, you're trying to be making Acid Golem as quickly as possible. And in the Spiral matchup, your opponent has nothing in the extra deck to basically run over the Acid Golem. And this card, skill drain, is definitely a win condition within itself. In the main deck of Spirals, they're not playing any other cards in the deck to actually help get rid of skill drain, you know, unless the main deck causes Cyclone, but I highly doubt it. But this card is one of the best cards to actually auto win and secure the victory in the Spiral matchup because of how powerful it is and how powerful Acid Golem is under the skill drain, which is really cool. So one skill drain, and last but not least, a card that actually helps you combat against going second, and that's what I love about this deck so much is that this deck can either go first or second, but you know, you're not always going to win the die roll, so I definitely chose to main deck Triple Evenly Match to actually help combat against today's metagame. I want to make this deck be able to combat against today's meta going second as much as possible. Let's not lose the Evenly Match because you can always play around Evenly Match. You can just make cards like one Beatrice and just pass. You know what I mean? Like, you don't always have to overcommit into the board by setting cards and things like that. You can always keep all your cards in your hand and just play around Evenly Match by just making a Beatrice and just, you know, pass and not set anything or leave any other monster on the board. So this deck can main Evenly Match and can also play around Evenly Match, which is really awesome. But Evenly Match, in my personal opinion, is like the best card in the game right now. Really powerful card to actually help you combat against today's boards. And I think that in Burning Abyss, the deck that it is, I believe that Evenly Matches gives this deck a higher edge to actually competing in today's metagame. After your extra deck, you're going to play, of course, Triple Dante. Alright, travel over the Burning Abyss. You guys know what Dante does. The heart and soul of the deck. Just pray that your opponent doesn't share his Dante immediately. So, Triple Dante, and of course, one Beatrice. I wish we could play Triple Beatrice, which is really good. If she dies, you chew her out. Pilgrim from your extra deck, and Pilgrim can just get your card, draw a card. And you can also two-barrel cards like Verger from your extra deck as well, which is really cool. After your other XCs, you want to play Double Phantom Knight of Break Sword. One wind-up Zen Mains. This card is a Grand Pulse. I don't have access to the Grand Pulse for some reason, so this card is a Grand Pulse, guys, okay? And this is a proxy for Grand Pulse. One Leviair, one Acid Golem for the skill drain. One Nightmare Shark for OTKs, Mega Equip Engineer. Last but not least, a Proxy Dragon and a Decode Talker. Remember, guys, side deck's always up to personal preference, depending on what you guys want to play on this side. But to go first against basically all the meta decks, sort of play Double Vanity's Fiend. Card's a really solid card against today's metagame, especially Spirals. If they have no board wiped out, this you literally win the game. Next, we're going to play, of course, Double Anti-Spell for the Pendulum matchup. Triple Mind Crush for cards like Evenly Match. And really good against the reveal of a Spiral Super Agent in the hand. You can just call it Agent, which is really awesome. One Warning, Double Solemn Strike. These are just really good cards if you know that you're going to be going first. So yeah, and next card's going second. Triple Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries. And one Spiral Double Helix, one Spiral Double Helix, and one ABC Buster Dragon to side in going second against ABCs, and also the Spiral matchup for the cherries target, which is really awesome. So, alright guys, so that's pretty much for the deck profile. If you guys want to help further support the channel, make sure you guys back me up on Patreon, because by pledging only $1 a month, you guys are investing in my ability to produce you guys amazing content. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Sam from TeamSamuraiX1 signing out. Alright guys, peace.
Friends and the family, do it for the friends of the family. Friends of the family, do it for the friends of the family. Who else? Friends of the family, do it for the friends of the family. Friends of the family. You don't know them, you don't know me, man.